Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Baskin Robbins in Minecraft for all of your city building needs. In this tutorial, not only will I show you how to make the entire outside of the build, but I will also show you how to make the entire interior as well. Fun fact, I'm hidden somewhere in the intro of this video. Leave a comment down below letting me know if, where and when you spotted me. The first person leaving a comment getting it right will have their comment pinned. This is the amount of space required to make the build, a 15 block wide by 16 block long area as represented by this very handy grid on the screen. To find the starting position, begin at the front left hand corner of the grid and count inwards diagonally by 1. That is where we start. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Begin the build by placing 2 smooth quartz block in a row on the ground. 1, 2. Then place a blue concrete. Extend it up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to the right by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then extend backwards by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then place a smooth quartz block, extend it forwards, and then to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then extend in. Place a blue concrete to the right. We can extend that blue concrete down to the ground using smooth quartz block, but we want to extend the blue concrete across the back of the build. So the goal is to line it up with where we very first started, where that smooth quartz block is. We can then extend the blue concrete down to the ground, just like so. And in addition to this, we can extend the blue concrete forwards using smooth quartz block like this, and then we can join it down to where we very first started as well. Not only that, we can further extend our row of smooth quartz up by 2, 1, 2, stick a blue concrete on there, and then we want to extend the blue concrete to the right, lining up with here. We also want to extend backwards, lining up with the previous part of the build, and then across and forwards all the way to the very front of the build. This gives us, I know, a very weird shape, but from here we can actually fill the inside of this area in using smooth quartz. And just whilst we're here, extend this smooth quartz row all the way up and on top of the build like this, and also extend this outer row down as well. We can even add a layer inside of the build too, just to smooth everything off, just like so, and that will give us this effect. And from here we can continue filling in between these 2 rows of blue concrete in with the smooth quartz, leading all the way to the front of the build. And on this side of the build, we can actually just completely fill this wall in using smooth quartz. And whilst we're back here, at the very back of the build, we will have an entrance right here where I have just destroyed that block. But on the opposite side, we can just place a row of smooth quartz, and we can actually fill the entire back of the build in with smooth quartz as well, leaving just enough room so that we can place a doorway here later. Just like so. And as we are kind of just extending all the way around the build, we are now over here. The first thing we want to do is add a row of smooth quartz underneath this blue concrete row, and we can join down to the ground in this corner, and then we can also place a row of smooth quartz underneath this blue concrete to give us this. And in addition to this, we want to remove this row of grass extending from the row of smooth quartz that we just placed all the way back here. And we want to place 2 glass pane, polished blackstone wall, 2 glass pane, blackstone wall, 2 glass pane like this to divide this area up. And then we can just fill all of this middle section in with glass, just like so. And we can add a row of pink concrete above this window. And we can place string in front of and below the pink concrete with pink carpet on top of the string. Now, we're going to do a very similar thing here at the front, but it's a bit different. So we want to destroy this row in the ground leading across. We place 1, 2, 3 blue concrete on the left, 1, 2, 3 on the right. We then place a white terracotta and a light grey terracotta, or vice versa. We place polished blackstone wall extending up from the ground, left and right like this. And we have glass pane along the inside of one of these rows. We fill the outer rows in using glass pane, just like so. And then just as with the side, we place a layer of pink concrete above this and string in front of and below the pink concrete with pink carpet on top. And that will give us this. Next, we will move inside of the build and remove all of the grass in the build. We will then replace all of that grass with a checkered pattern of white terracotta and light grey terracotta. My recommendation is to place all of one of these blocks, which is a recommendation that I just had to remind myself to take as I was just placing them in an alternating style. It's a lot easier if you do just place all of one of these and then all of the other. I find, at the very least, it's a whole lot less block swapping. I do also just have to change the order around for the entrance there, just so the pattern fits. But now that all of the white terracotta has been placed, the light grey terracotta just slots in nice and easily. And that's perfect. I'm also just going to stick an oak door at the back here as well. Next, we are going to make the ceiling. This is made by placing a block of iron in line with where the first layer of blue concrete is. This gives us a height of 4 blocks inside of the build, which is quite nice. It's quite roomy in there. And then for the roof itself, we are just going to place a layer of smooth quartz block, 1 row below the very top of the build. So the top of the build isn't flat, it kind of has like a lip around the edge of the roof, which I think just looks quite nice. I am also contemplating extending the smooth quartz area across and down into the top of the roof as well. I do think that that is a minor improvement. And now that we've done that, I'm actually just going to remove all of the grass and grid from around the build. And replace it all with smooth stone. Next, we are going to make the logo. So to do this, we will throw down a loom, open it up, white banner in there with magenta dye. The first letter we have to make is B, but it's a little bit more complicated than usual. We will apply the pale sinister pattern, chief, fess, and base, then we'll stick blue dye in there and apply the pale dexter pattern. Next, we have to make R, which is the chief pattern, bend pattern, put magenta dye in there, and apply the pale Dexter pattern. And that's it. We will place these banners here, and we will also apply them here. Whoops, just one row below, here and here. It wants to go in between these 2 rows of blue, so that is what we should have. It is worth noting that Baskin Robbins doesn't fit along the front of the build, otherwise I would have placed it in its entirety. There is an option to place Baskin and then Robbins, so like have the word Baskin across the front and like Robbins on the side, but it just didn't look very good in my opinion, so I've had to settle with this myself. With the entire outside of the build complete, we can now head inside and work on the interior. First of all, we are going to make some fridge freezers. So all the way over here in this corner, we will place a 2x2 square of pale oak shelves, leave a gap, place another 2x2 square like this. We will then place smooth quartz block extending up to the right, across the top, split them down the middle, extend the smooth quartz 1 row forwards. I'm actually wondering if a little bit of blue concrete at the top would look better or not. I'm not certain that it does because it kind of looks weird interfering with this, but we'll keep it just for now. I'm going to stick some random paintings just in the top here. That will do rather nicely with some white stained glass paint just here and here. I am also contemplating placing block of iron at the base here. Maybe block of iron at the back and then smooth quartz at the front. I think that gives a rather nice contrast. From here, we are going to fill this wall in using pink concrete, just like so. We want a 1x2 painting here. That one or the man in black would have sufficed. We will then place 2 pale oak shelves here, so 1, 2, like so. And then a row of smooth quartz block extending across to the right to hit this wall. We will then place 1, 2, 3 glass here on the right and 1, 2, 3 on the left, just like this. We will then place an end rod here, leaving a gap of 1 from the split in these fridge freezers. We then leave a gap of 1, 2, place an end rod. And then we leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, end rod, gap of 1, end rod. And we do the same here, so 1 here and 1 here. You can see how these all line up. We then place blue carpet on top of the end rods. And we place smooth quartz stairs on these sides. So the tables towards the front of the store, we have a smooth quartz stair either side, and the tables at the back of the store, we just have the 1 smooth quartz stair. Next, we will come towards the back of the store and place 1, 2, 3 smooth quartz block in this corner, extending across, 2 light grey concrete extending left, and then 3 more smooth quartz block extending left. We then leave a gap of 1 above the smooth quartz and we place a layer of white shulker boxes with light grey concrete in between. We are then going to place smooth quartz block in front of this, and then we could actually do with black concrete for this next part. We're going to place it directly in front of all of this, and then from maybe we'll even extend it all the way over to the left like so. And then we are going to place a brewing stand here with a detector rail sideways. We will have a couple of item frames behind this. And then to the right, we'll have a couple of pointed dripstone. And on the left here, we will have 2 flower pots in these positions with item frames here behind the flower pots. We will also have a polished blackstone stair here with an item frame in front, just like so. Along the glass here on the right, we will have flower pots, and along the glass here on the left, we will have dripstone. Next, we are going to stack some pink candles here with iron shovels in these item frames and cocoa beans in these item frames. We will place a lever here, a stone button here, and we will occupy all of these black concretes with paintings. That isn't bad. I just want to exchange that one so that we don't have any repeats. Alternatively, you can exchange, well, what we can do is extend like some of these blocks, just like 1 row forwards, to kind of like make these stand out a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. That's a nice variance. And we also want to place cauldrons behind where we have the glass here, just on the left and the right. And on top of the cauldrons, we are basically just going to stack different colors of carpet to represent different flavors of ice cream. When in doubt, go with the rainbow. We also have a drink stand here, so I'm just going to occupy this with different potions. When in doubt, just go with kind of like the colors you like as you extend down. So when it comes to these fridges, these are actually ice creams, so just different flavors of ice creams. All I'm going to do is fill the fridges in with the exact same series of shulker boxes. So I've started off with 9, and now we can just add these final 3 in. Once again, can't really go too far wrong with the rainbow or just the order that the blocks come in. With that final detail added, we have officially completed this tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. However, this video is not over. We must now add our Baskin Robbins into our city. Considering the style of this store, I feel as though it sort of belongs in the new modern suburbs. But there's not really a place for it there exactly, so I'm actually thinking here, next to my Pokemon Center / retail park. I think it could actually just go nicely on this corner. By the way, guys, I have a retail park now. If you're watching this before the city update video, this is going to come as a bit of a surprise to you. You may be interested in becoming a channel member. You can click the join button that will be somewhere on the screen right now. This does cost money and is a monthly subscription, but you do get some perks. The first of which is a download link for my city design world. This has every single build that I have placed in my city, arranged in order, and labelled. This perk also comes with schematics for the mods Lightmatica and World Edit, so you can easily reference and copy and paste these builds into your worlds in any way that you'd like. However, if you're not interested in any of that building business, the highest tier allows you to download the most current version of Minicity. There are also some minor perks, including loyalty badges displayed next to your name whenever you comment something down below on my videos. Depending on how long you have been a channel member, you gain a more prestigious helmet, with the highly coveted gold builder's hat being the most valuable. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.